we are mixing a little bit of fruit and floral,
Yes.
which I think is a really nice, fresh idea for summer.
Exactly.
And maybe something that a lot of people wouldn't think of doing.
No.
Right?
No,
You think of eating your fruit, but you don't necessarily think of using it as a design in this way.
Exactly, and there's endless options as well, because now you've got two things you can work with.
Yeah.
And also it's cost effective because you can eat the fruit afterwards in most cases, right?
Absolutely.
So
as
the
long
first,
as not too many people have touched it.
yeah, oh, exactly.
Yeah, don't touch the centerpiece. I want to eat that later. Right?
Exactly. So I'm going to start with this arrangement here. I've half finished it, and I've got some fruit in the center. And I've chosen a few things that are a little bit different. I've got some mango nectarines, and I've got some Japanese pears here as well. And you just arrange the fruit first in a really nice bowl, and you want to choose a bowl that has a little bit of an extra wide edge so that you can put the flowers around the edge. Okay?
And you're going with a color theme here, obviously.
Exactly. So I've chosen some things that are, there's a bit of a yellow in there. You can see it in the flowers as well. And I've got some green and some sort of off-white in the pears. If you want to, it's optional. You don't have to do this. But if you want to, if some of your fruit is a little bit dull, you can actually just take a little bit of oil and a cloth, and you can just, I'm using a safflower oil, so you just want to use something that's a little bit mild, not something, olive oil would be a bit too strong. If you were to eat the fruit afterwards, it might have kind of a yucky,
It's kind of gross.
yucky taste. Yeah.
But now you're giving it just a little bit of a buff.
Right,
a little
exactly.
bit of shine.
So you see there's a bit of a shine there.
Oh, that's
I don't know if
nice.
that'll pick up in the camera.
Oh
but
yeah,
you can see
no,
that,
we're totally
right?
seeing it.
Okay, there
That's
you go.
great.
And then you can just wipe it off a little bit and then put it back in your arrangement.
So you have your flowers set up on the outskirts. You've done your fruit in the middle.
Yeah.
Let's show us how you would do that.
Okay, so
maybe you can do the other side for us.
First I'm going to start with some greenery.
Yeah.
And this is just typical floral greenery, and I'm just going to, I've got this one cut pretty much to the size that I want it.
Right.
But one thing I recommend is if you get a longer piece, you want to take it and you don't want to cut it to the size you want it right away, because you might make a mistake, right?
Right.
So it's like measure twice, cut once, that sort of
Yes.
philosophy. So you put it in, it's a little bit too long. I think I need about 3 inches off. I'm going to cut the 3 inches off, and then I'm going to insert it. And you can put another one right
And this
there.
is just kind of haphazard. We just want a little bit of green to green it up a little bit.
Exactly, and then we're just going to take some of these alstroemeria. That's these plants here. If you want to, you can take these little green bits off the bottom. That helps to preserve the flowers.
Yeah.
You don't have to. This is just an arrangement that you're probably going to have for one evening.
Give me a snip.
There you go.
I think I need a little bit shorter. And put that over here.
Exactly. You can continue with those, and I'll just do these little flowers here. These are green chrysanthemums.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to cut them really short, and I'm just going to add them in the arrangement like they're kind of like little buttons.
Very nice.
Right.
Okay,
And
so
finish
this is
this
our
one off.
first arrangement,
Yep.
and you can see how that works. It's really simple, not necessarily very expensive,
No.
and very fresh. So the second thing
Yes.
we're going to make is these. So what I
Yes.
love about this is that you've used the apples as basically a vase.
Yes, exactly.
It's cute.
Exactly.
How'd you do
So
that?
I'm going to move this one out of the way. And first what I did is I found a really nice platter, okay? And
Yeah.
Home Sense has these gorgeous iridescent
Oh,
platters.
that's beautiful.
All right, and they look
That's
like
very
seashells.
nice. Yeah, that's
really
gorgeous.
pretty. And the next thing I do is you want to get a selection of apples. And you want to choose apples that are about the same size. Like this one's really big and that one's really small, so you might not want to do that combination.
Yeah.
But you find them around the same size, same color, and then you want to core out the inside.
Yep.
Now this machine is brilliant, but it's meant to core it all the way through.
Right.
You've got to stop about 2/3 of the way. So
'Cause
we'll
you
see
want
if
a
we can get
bottom.
this. Exactly. So I'm going to see if we can demo this.
I'll
really
leave
quickly.
that up to you, so everyone knows how good I am with instruments on this show.
This is really great. So it goes right down to about 2/3 of the way down. And
Yeah.
now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to pull it out. And
Yeah,
the
that's
cord does
okay.
not come with me, but I found this really great tool at home, a paint can opener.
Ah, will that get it out?
Yes. So
Okay,
it's got
perfect.
a little clip on the end, and you just want to core out the insides. So we're going to have apple pieces flying all over the place for a second
No
here.
problem. We never said we were going to keep it clean, folks. Okay, so now you've cored the apple.
Cored the apple.
And you can see what you've done here. You've just taken all of these little pieces of green and these flowers and stuck them there in the middle of the apple. And I think the thing that makes this look so good is just the repetition of it all.
Yes.
Look at that. That is gorgeous.
One thing you want to do first is just add some lemon juice to the center.
So
and
it
you want to
doesn't
let it
brown,
sit
right?
for like 10 minutes, or maybe, I let this sit in the fridge for like 2 hours. It's fine.
Oh, very nice.
And then I'm going to pour this one off, and you are going to make another arrangement.
I will do this as we go to break. Lots more coming up. Stay with us. Thanks, Celia.